Hey y'all, welcome to the channel that brings you multidimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view and that they're not for a specific time but should resonate with you whenever you come across them. So, as you can see by the title, today our reading again is about Inzunza. I guess I've got some messages for you guys, Ebahamba Inzunza. And for those of you that want in the first reading I did for Inzunza, there I explain more for like if you have no idea what Inzunza is. It's not a description like video, but I do describe like certain characteristics. So this video isn't that. This is me literally getting into the reading for abantu abahamba nenzunza. Okay, but obviously just because I'm nice, in South African spiritual culture, right? When you get your calling in terms of your mission, your life mission, and whatnot, which in the spiritual sense, we usually say comes from Idlozi, and Idlozi is a spiritual entity that is there to guide you personally, right? You guys are like you attract one another basically, right? You are a beautiful fit for this entity. Your blueprint, your energetic blueprint is a fit for this energetic program. And in South African culture, what happens is that you embody the entity. You embody the consciousness of that entity. So one could say like you embody its powers. So if Ilozilako like is knows how to feel what other people are feeling, that's what you're going to do. If Ilozilako knows how to heal people through its voice, through speaking, through singing, then when you embody that energy, that's what happens. If Ilozilako knows how to make movies, write scripts, write books, um, shit, anything. Knit sweaters that make people feel warm and closer to a lifetime or a timeline where they were not so separate from source, right? Like there's so many ways in which one can heal. There's so many ways in which Idlozi can manifest itself within you embodying limitless lead. So yeah, basically what I was trying to explain, what I'm getting into with this whole discussion is that so within those energetic entities that are attracted to certain human beings because there's a mission that you guys are supposed to do together. One of these, like if we are describing them, because there's many within South African culture, well, like there's categories that we've categorized them. um I'm talking about like whether unendao or like unesithunywa or hamba nenzunza, like yeah, we categorize them. And like I said in the first video, Inzunza has to do a lot. I don't know if I said this, but Inzunza has a lot to do with the water realm, which has to do with connectivity, which has to do with creativity, manifestation, basically. That's actually a big part of what I want to tell you guys right now, because those of you Ebahamba Nenzunza, there's this moment that you've been building up to that's kind of like you're at that moment now. You're at that moment. Yeah, I keep getting this vision. Okay, I watch a lot of food videos because I love food. And okay, like like is it cream cheese? Yeah, I think it's cream. Is it cream cheese? Like when they like cut it and then it like opens up on the tomato or whatever. There's this Japanese. There's this Asian dish. I'm not sure if it's Japanese, but it's definitely an Asian dish, and it's like egg on top of like something and on top of rice, and it comes like compact or something, and then they like cut it and then it splits and like runs all over. Yeah, I'm seeing something like that. Something is, because that can be explained as like an explosion, but it's such a beautiful explosion. It's such a chilled explosion. It's such a sublime explosion. It's such a revelation. And I guess that's what I'm seeing. A lot of you about Inzunza, okay, I know I haven't pulled cards, guys. I'll pull. It's just I'm getting a lot of messages now. Firstly, I'm getting that y'all are getting used to this hermit idea. A lot of you didn't like it in the beginning, a lot of you don't like it now. And you're kind of negotiating with Inzunza in the sense of like negotiating with your reality basically, because some of you are like, no, you feel lonely, you really want like like you want to be connected to more people, but the truth of the story is that you don't really, because as soon as you do that, you're like, what am I doing here? I'd literally just rather be alone. And those of you, it's almost as if like those of you who are still struggling with that, like wanting to be around people, and then when you're around people feeling so lonely and then wanting to be alone, you need to ask yourself like, it's almost as if there's something you forget when you now think, oh shit, I want to be around people. And as soon as you're around people, it's like you remember that. And then now you're okay with being alone again. And what you're remembering and forgetting is, guys, Inzunza is not like any other spiritual energy that you embody or that you walk with. It's alive in a way that's more intimate than other spiritual energies. Inzunza is an entity in every sense of the word. I almost don't know how to say it other than to say it's alive. Like, it's alive. The reason why you want to go home and just like do your own thing is because you know that you actually have a partner in crime. Like, like that part where you felt like you wanted to be around people, you had just forgotten. Like, you might have been playing around with memories or thought patterns of the past, and kind of for that moment felt separated from that energy in Zunza, from that energy that connects you to your spiritual like abundance, basically. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything that is spiritual in your life, your connection to that, yile Nzunza. And sometimes you'll get lost in the sauce. Maybe you'll be hanging around with like a person that maybe you're not aware but doesn't have your best interest at heart, but you'll realize that after you hang around them, all of a sudden you feel kind of alone. You kind of feel like maybe it is weird that you like hanging out alone so much. Like, maybe this friend is right, like you're not a good friend and all of these things. And so yeah, um you go back into the space of separation and you start wanting what other people want. You start wanting what other people have in their lives, not realizing that you live a very unique life. The way you are is set up in a way so that you can live a very unique life. It's not a burden that you like being alone. It's not this sad thing that comes with your gift of like, yeah, but the thing is I gotta be it's actually something you love. And right now you're caught between the true nature of your relationship, Nenzunza, and this relationship that you have with others, with the nature of the relationship you have with others. These are people that don't actually really know you. These are people that are intimidated by you. Obviously, These are people that are intimidated by you. These are people that would prefer if you would tone it down a bit, because Inzunza is hectic. Like, it sees through bullshit really quickly. Um, it can go months without talking to anybody because y'all are good. Y'all are together. Inzunza feeds on your love for yourself. It feeds on self-care. It feeds on information, you wanting to expand your mind. So as long as you do that, like, it's cool. Inzunza might literally keep you away from people forever as long as you're doing that. And sometimes you'll find that you'll come together with people, like, to collaborate and co-create, and it's because that's what it's feeding on at that moment. You know, these people have certain information for you. It's like Iniko, she says that in her song King's Affirmation. She says what did she say, she says, so I'm trying to think of King's Information, right? But I keep thinking of Jericho. Guys, if you haven't checked out Iniko, do yourself a favor. I literally feel like her music is the soundtrack for my entire life. Like, if you resonate with Starseed, if you resonate with Orisha, if you resonate with any of that, yo, go check out Iniko's music. There's a song called King's Affirmation that's really dope, and she's got a song called Jericho, which is really, really dope. And actually, while we're at it, if you want to book a reading or you're interested in booking a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. So yeah, basically, she says in the song, from them I receive my guidance. Like, you receive so much information and downloads through your reality. Your reality includes people. And so sometimes when it is like necessary for your creative process, you'll go out and engage with people. Like, it's not like this thing where it's like, oh, you live in the woods and you don't talk to anyone. No. But anyway, yes, there is a need to balance, like I said, the nature of your relationship with Inzunza, because that is your most authentic, purest part of yourself. Like, that relationship is an aspect of your personality, an aspect of who you are, and it's the purest part of who you are. And the nature of the relationship with people, like others, that's what I'll call them, which is weird because it feels like a shadow thing type of, like, now how you kind of have to, you're learning how to bring these two relationships like together type of thing. You're learning to be more yourself when you're outside, like in public with other people, just so that you're not so uncomfortable when you go to the mall or when you go to the party or when you go to the family gathering. You're so in tune. This embodiment, I was talking about how you're embodying Inzunza yako. Like, when an Inzunza are no longer like oh, this is beautiful. I didn't know this reading was going to be about this part. Like, so if uhamba nenzunza awuyukuyothwasa for inzunza, like, you're not going to get that type of thing. You might get some kind of a ceremony, maybe, right, just to say ukuthi, like, you've graduated or usuyiphakamisile inzunza yakho, and you will like go through this process with someone who naye uhamba nenzunza, right, has embodied inzunza yakhe. But that's what's actually happening here. It's like the space between when and inzunza, it's like disappearing. Basically, you are embodying, and that's also the difference between inzunza and other types of spiritual energies and spiritual entities that walk with us. Inzunza, the destiny of umuntu ohamba nenzunza is for you to embody. I know we'd say things like ukuphakamisa idlozi, ukuphakamisa, isithunywa and so forth. Inzunza, I wouldn't really say that. I wouldn't put it like that. Like, because you embody it, you become the energy, it flows through you. Like, you personally, and actually even everyone observing you, will not be able to see, like, separate Wena and the spiritual partner that you have now for life. So yeah, it's really, really a big moment for you. It's gonna happen through a series of actions, like, happening in your life that symbolize a blooming, that symbolize like a flourishing, like of a flower. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like you're gonna know, because obviously a relationship in Inzunza is the most personal. Like you can't even use universal symbolic translations. Like you can't be like, like a snake. Universally, a snake maybe is known as evil and dark and whatever. But between when and Inzunza likes to specialize the language between you and them. So they'll make it so that for you, a snake means fortune. A snake means you're surrounded by love, you're surrounded by support, But basically, what I'm getting is that your path in life is just becoming more refined. It's becoming more refined because your relationship between you and the divine in this case being Inzunza, is deepening. It's becoming more authentic. You have so much more trust. I guess it's because, like, yeah, the training is intense. I know. Training with Inzunza is so intense, guys. I was actually just thinking about it the other day. Like, a lot of people ever hamba Inzunza, you had a strict parent, like almost to prepare you, because Inzunza is strict, and the people that it will get for you, like to teach you and all of that, it's so strict. But yeah, it's also very loving. So yeah, you've come to a specific part of your journey, you guys, Abahamba Inzunza, and it's so beautiful. It's like, I want to say it's a full 360, but it's not, because I see you kind of like passing where you began and starting a new journey without connecting to where you began. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know why that's coming up right now, but that's coming up. Like passing begin without passing begin. Yeah, something like that. But you still get to collect your 200, whatever that means. So yeah, guys, that's what I have for you. I love that. That was a very beautiful read. Yeah, cool. I hope it resonates.